Hello and welcome back to another episode of the RotoWire Fantasy Soccer Podcast. My name is Andrew Laird, Senior Soccer Editor of RotoWire, joined on this Tuesday, December 1st by Luis Pacheco to talk about Wednesday's Champions League slate. Luis, we had kind of a weird one today. We were talking about motivations of certain teams, and we had some that ended up going all out like we thought they might. That is not really the case Wednesday. We have a few teams, literally just like a handful at best, that have something to play for, but otherwise these groups are really top heavy, meaning the top two teams have already qualified and they're just kind of battling each other for placement. But how much are you weighing teams that theoretically have nothing to play for? Even the finishing first means you'll play a team that finished second, but in the next round. But even that, these are still elite teams pretty much everywhere. So are you putting any weight in finishing first?
Big deal. Yeah. So, it's just, a matter of this late, we saw it today, but I think we're going to see it in a bigger fashion tomorrow. It's we're going to see the calendar for the holiday season is packed, not only for Premier League teams, but also for all the other leagues. And if not, there is international coming again. So, you're going to see a lot of more random lineups like Bayern today, or, even Liverpool playing Keller, which I haven't seen in a while. So, I feel tomorrow, as you said, Juventus and Barcelona both with 12 points. Barcelona, we know Messi's not traveling, Coutinho's not traveling, I'm not sure who else, but Ter Stegen, I'm not sure. But
Juventus only had 9 points.
Oh, Juventus had 9, because they lost to Barcelona, right?
But Kiev and Ferencvaros
the other two have
are
1 point each, right? So, they need to win both games. So, so I'm not sure if you're going to see Juventus full throttle. And honestly, I stacked them last time, and it was a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And if you stack Atalanta today, probably you didn't do well, especially because, Papu Gomez was out of halftime. I don't know what happened. Then Muriel wasn't pretty good.
I described today was, if you told me that I got what the floors were of all my players, I would have said, I'll take that. The only one that was killer was Andrew Robertson, who got hurt a little bit, and they kind of taped his foot up and he was hobbling the whole game. But I got double digit floors from everyone, except I didn't get a single goal, and I got 2 assists from the 2 guys that, if you showed me here's the list of guys who are going to get assists, I would have put them dead last. It ended up being fine in cash, but it was weird to go into a Champions League slate and be I didn't play overly floor players. I played Zapata in that one, and he ended up getting around 10. But I don't know. This one, I just feel the upside of the guys in Wednesday's slate, we've got Ronaldo, against a minnow. Apologies to Kiev, but we've got Dortmund playing.
Lazio.
But they're still a decent favorite. We don't have to deal with Messi again, so I guess we have that going for us. And then obviously, anyone can go off for PSG. And I guess I'll throw in Manchester United in there because it seems like they have PSG's number. But it just feels full floor games are not going to be enough on Wednesday.
Yeah, I agree. We don't know. I played mostly floors today, just Muriel, and just because I didn't know what to do with second forward, and I had the salary. But I was. Thauvin was terrible, but thanks to Thauvin, I could play Darmian, which I probably wouldn't play if it wasn't for him, and the goalie for Midtjylland finally.
Yes,
a decent line. Finally, we are right. A broken watch is right twice a day, right? So
I actually was starting to dream up his 30 burger because they were winning for so long.
Oh, I know. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna make so much money.
Yeah.
And then,
oh man!
Oh god!
And really, nobody played him. He was 7% owned or something like that. And I thought to myself, "This is finally, it's going to happen." He was still fine, but
It's brutal. It's better not to watch the matches. I know you went for Carrasco instead of Payet. Carrasco have a couple of goals, seriously, like a couple of goals he should have made, and one he decided to pass to no one, and the other one was a good save. And it's like if the ball goes like 5 inches to one side or the other, it's a goal. It is incredible. And then, Atletico got in a mess again. We can win. We play well, but we can win. So, Anyhow, so tomorrow, we don't have Messi because we know they're traveling. We don't know if Juventus is going to go full throttle. One problem we have is that, the high price guys are expensive. The ones that, like, for example, seeing Mbappe under 9,000 seems enticing. But if he doesn't score, you're going to hurt. And he hasn't been good so far. So, get lucky with the forwards, I guess. And then, I guess we have some value at midfielder. I think we can finally play our guy. And we might be able to. I don't even know if we want to, but
I was going to say it's depending if you really actually want to at this point.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he seems like a decent play, and Bruges has something to play.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
we'll get to.
We get to that.
We'll get
All
to
right,
our guy in a little bit.
Yeah.
So just going through quickly, Juventus is the biggest favorite at home against Kiev. Barcelona away to Ferencváros is next. Then Dortmund at home against Lazio. Bruges at home against Zenit is fairly close. And then PSG, an away favorite against Manchester United. And Chelsea are an away favorite away to Sevilla. The Chelsea-Sevilla match has the lowest total on the slate. I think that's just required when you have Sevilla in a match. And the Juventus one has the second lowest, but I think that's because they're not expecting anything out of Kiev. So just looking at the tables quickly. So we mentioned like Chelsea and Sevilla are level in top of Group E at 10 points. Krasnodar and Rennes, who are not on this slate, they play each other. They're 1 point each, so they cannot make the round of 16. So Chelsea and Sevilla are just playing for first and second. It's basically that with Dortmund, Lazio. Dortmund's 1 point ahead. Bruges at 4 points. Bruges can still get there. So like they're playing against Zenit. Obviously, one of them is probably going to Europa, but Bruges not out of contention for the round of 16. Group G, Barcelona at 12 points. Juventus 9. Kiev and Ferencváros 1 point each. And obviously playing the other big teams in there. And then Leipzig and Istanbul play in the early slate. Leipzig level on points with PSG, and Manchester United leads that group. So it's possible PSG could go into the game in third, needing to win at Man United. So obviously you got some motivations there.
Yep.
But the big thing is Ronaldo is 12,000 against Dynamo Kiev. We said against who did they play in the last one? Ferencváros. This is where Ronaldo likes to pad his Champions League stats. He took 2 shots in 90 minutes. He scored a goal. I think was it a penalty?
No, it was a shot from inside the box.
That's right.
After they were losing, so
right, they were losing. That's right. He saved them. So, do you play Ronaldo at 12,000?
You could. I mean, Ronaldo and Haaland are very similar price and very similar odds to score. I think at 12,000 in cash. I mean, you have money. The slate it's lets you get some floor plays if you want. So I will say it's gonna be popular. Personally, I think I'm gonna pass.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
I'm hoping that he doesn't play. But I think I'm gonna pass.
I'll fade him if he doesn't play.
All right. I don't know why I'm gonna do it like a Matt Bernbach today. I'm gonna like the Bruges Zenit game a lot, and it's not gonna work out. Like the Marseille didn't work out, but he was right with all the other goals. So
he got Marseille right today.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think Ronaldo's gonna be popular. Probably, it's nobody has the ceiling he has, but Juventus hasn't looked good.
Yeah.
And they have struggled. Kiev is definitely not a good team. We see what Barcelona B team did to them. But they do have some, when they get in the boxes, they're struggling to score. So I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe it's Morata plays, he opens lanes for Ronaldo better than Dybala. But we'll see the lineups. I think that I presume that maybe Juventus is going to be a little bit different, but we'll see.
Okay. All right. I was going to say, we obviously had Papu Gomez go off at halftime today. It does seem with Ronaldo that he never subs off. Yeah. So if he starts, you at least have the benefit of a career of playing 90 minutes. Yeah. If you don't play Ronaldo, is Neymar the high price target you go for?
Yeah. I'm thinking about Neymar. PSG against Leipzig looked terrible. Not terrible, but if they fell, I felt they got ahead early and then they sat back. Yep. And it was worrisome. It was worrisome because PSG, you say, well, they're going to sit back and then they have a space for Mbappe to do ruptures or for Di Maria or even Neymar, right? None of that happened. It was awful. But we haven't seen PSG with Marco Verratti playing, and Marco Verratti, it makes the teams different. So if Verratti plays, I think, and PSG needing the points, which I think they're going to need the points because they're getting in trouble. Yeah. They are. Neymar. Well, Neymar can get injured, obviously, but as a floor and as a ceiling play, I really like Neymar over Ronaldo.
Okay.
And with the savings too.
So, every time we consider PSG and particularly Neymar, you have to look at the difference between not only Neymar and Mbappe, and we said Mbappe is much more of a ceiling play than a floor play. Mbappe 8,600, but I feel like you play Angel Di Maria way more than most people.
Without a doubt.
And it's 7,900.
It's nice.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Di Maria as well. I think at that salary, if you can afford it, it's not a bad price. Especially considering the other targets you can have are, especially midfielders. There is not much to pick with a decent floor. Again, PSG needs to win, and Di Maria has been great. He takes a second fiddle position when Neymar plays, but he is still, for our game, that you need crosses and corners and set pieces. He's definitely pretty good. So I like Di Maria. I think someone that you can consider, especially who is around his price. You have the Sevilla guys at home against, Chelsea. That seems like the algorithm just taking in consideration the games against Krasnodar.
Yeah.
Then you have the Barcelona guys have been higher, but Griezmann at 7,000. He's playing better, but just can you trust Griezmann in your lineup when you have Di Maria, or Dembele, or you don't know who's going to take the set pieces in Barcelona, and at the end, Braithwaite ends up scoring the goals, but now he's not 4,000 anymore. He's 8,000. So
8.4. It's crazy.
Yes, he went back to a crazy price. So around all of that, I like Di Maria. If I will go with Luis Alberto or Callum Hudson-Odoi. It depends on what lineup Chelsea plays, right? So, if it's Callum Hudson-Odoi and no one else and takes set pieces, and on Chelsea he have a good chance to take set pieces, and this might be his game to play because he's not going to play much. So we'll see what kind of lineup Chelsea pops out. But
so you completely skipped over Dybala.
Oh, I didn't have Dybala in the starting lineup.
Oh, okay.
But, I'm gonna talk with the experience and failure has given me. Juventus last matchup, I stacked them. I put Dybala, I put Ronaldo, I put Dybala over Nkunku. I don't remember who was gonna play, but and it was a disaster.
Okay, that's fair.
Not that I like Dybala, and Dybala probably have a decent floor. What I feel is happening with Dybala is Pirlo is trying to find his system, right? And Dybala is a hard guy to fit. I mean, it was hard to fit for Sarri. It was hard to fit for what was the guy before Sarri? I forgot his name. Even it was hard to fit for. No, the coach, the Juventus coach, I forgot his name. Allegri.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was hard for him to fit in with Ronaldo. So it feels like, if Pirlo wants to play with like a 4-2-3-1, it's like Dybala is kind of like odd player. He could play, but I don't know. I think that it's going to be Kulusevski or Bernardeschi. So
okay, that's fair.
We'll see. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I think totally random. But if Dybala plays, I mean, definitely in consideration.
Okay.
How much is he? I just didn't put in my.
So do you have a concern with, I guess, the matchups just in terms of like this, and it's very different styles, but like Hudson-Odoi against a Sevilla team that just likes to grind. Like, I guess you could make the case that he could get enough floor points, just enough peripherals, because Chelsea can attack them. But do you think Lazio have the ball enough against Dortmund for Luis Alberto to hit any sort of floor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes. Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, it's just, Lazio needs the point.
Yeah.
They played tough. The previous matchup, it was tough when they played in Roma, in Italy. It was and Luis Alberto. I don't remember if he was available or not. But you have a guy with set pieces under 7,000 in a probably must-win matchup. I mean, Dortmund is a tough team, but Dortmund is not a team that. I mean, if Dortmund is going to have the ball a lot, don't play Erling Haaland, because Haaland without space has been really dreadful. So I'm not sure. I feel that for someone with set pieces and sun upside, not as much as Immobile, but sun upside for 7,000, I mean, you can do worse than that.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, obviously, we're picking straws here. Like, I mean, the slate is very dreadful, in my opinion. I mean, if all these guys, you can go Ronaldo and Bernardeschi as you start, and then you forget about everybody else. But, we need to talk about other players.
So you mentioned a few times how much you like this Bruges-Zenit match. We've got Sebastian Driuzi at 6,500. We have Malcolm at 63. It's possible he starts and takes some set pieces. Do you have any interest in those guys?
I really like Malcolm a lot. I like both of them. Bruges have something to play, but Zenit does do as well. Zenit winning. I mean, they don't have a chance to go to. I mean, the chance to go to Champions League is really small, but a win puts them in a contention for Europa. And Zenit is the current leader of the Russian Premier League, and the team is really good. I mean, Malcolm was. I mean, before Barcelona, when they played in Bordeaux, was amazing, and his last match was good. So, I mean, I have no problem playing him at 6,300. I feel that, I mean, Bruges and Zenit are kind of evenly matched, so you will expect something similar to today to Olympiacos Marseille. You just have to get lucky with the guy, right? I like both of them. I think Malcolm. I mean, considering that Santos, the defender, I forgot his name.
Douglas Santos, yeah.
Douglas Santos is not going to play. Seems to be injured. You have an opening there for set pieces for both sides. So you have Malcolm on one side, Driuzi another. So, I mean, like, probably they're the cheapest forward you can play. I'm not sure if anyone else is going to be cheaper than Stars. I mean,
we could get Pedri.
Well, you can get Pedri, right? Yeah, Pedri might be a decent play as well. But I think I like Malcolm over Luis Alberto. And if Driuzi doesn't play, I like Malcolm better.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I will definitely would go Malcolm.
If
Neymar.
One of them starts, that would be fun.
Yeah. I can even play in a midfielder position. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Let's get into midfield. Before we do, a quick message from SoRare. SoRare is a global fantasy football game where you can scout and collect officially licensed digital cards of football players. You can compose teams with your cards to compete in weekly tournaments, and if you're a skilled fantasy manager and are ranked well, you can win money and card prizes in every tournament. SoRare is partnered with over 100 football clubs, including PSG, Juventus, and Bayern Munich. Visit SoRare.com, that's SoRare.com, to sign up or use the link in the episode description to receive 10 free cards. I was telling Luis just before this podcast that they came out with an Mbappe unique card. I'm going to have an article this week on the site kind of explaining SoRare and what the unique card is, but somebody bought it for just over $65,000. So that's where the market is right now for possibly the best player in the world over the next decade. So anyway, you were really high on Bruno Fernandez last week, enough so that not that I hadn't considered him as much as I guess I should have, but you convinced me to play him. My hesitation was that he wasn't going to have enough set pieces because Alex Telles was starting. And it turns out that set pieces was such a stupid thing to think about because he scored 2 goals and took 4 shots, 3 chances created, and he was huge. Yes. But the way that you were speaking about all the midfield value makes me think that you are not interested in $9,800 Bruno against PSG.
Yeah, I played Dybala over Bruno last time. Yeah, that's money there. So yeah, I mean, Bruno is a grown man.
Yeah.
It's just, he definitely is losing set pieces to Telles. He lost it against Southampton, but the guy keeps delivering. He just keeps delivering. It feels that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is trying to set up the system so he is the main guy. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the Jack Grealish, like that you were joking, Jack J, right? And not as good looking as him, but still like a decent looking dude.
Tough, yeah, he is, but that's a tough bar to.
So and then I think his chemistry with Cavani was amazing. He have 2 guys that can run out of his passes, and then he have all the top of the box to shoot. It'll be great. I hesitate because it's a tougher matchup. Obviously he's great, but I'd rather, it feels that if I'm gonna get a floor, I'm gonna get a better floor from guys like Malcolm, guys like Luis Alberto, for example. I feel I can get similar floors, but Bruno keeps scoring. I mean, can he score another 2 goals? Because you need 1 goal at least to get value at 9,000. So. Yeah. I don't know. Last time, his goal scoring odds were in the 50%, 45. Now he's down to 35%, which is not bad. But for
a midfielder, it's really good.
For a midfielder, it's great. It's I feel that PSG is a different animal with Verratti playing. Also, we have seen what Manchester United is more comfortable doing, which is sitting back and countering with their speed on top. So are they going to have enough floor? He's going to score. I can tell you no. He's going to score 2 goals, maybe. I don't know anymore. And then it's the Cavani revenge game.
Yes, I was just about to bring that up.
Cavani revenge game, and it's Ander Herrera Di Maria revenge game all the time, right?
That's right.
It's a lot of revenge in this game, a lot of bad blood. Oh man. Anyhow, but I'm gonna say to pay that money for Bruno. I'd rather spend it on Neymar, but that's
okay.
me. I understand that.
I hear you on that. I think Chelsea is pretty much a decent stay away. So like 8,500 for Ziyech. Who doesn't even have a monopoly of set pieces. I don't think that's worth going after. Excuse me. Yeah. And then it gets really cheap if you ignore the guys who are also forward eligible. Enough so that I think literally the next guy is our guy that we have wanted to play all season and just haven't been. But home against Zenit is the perfect time to play Ruud Vormer, and at 5,800, lock and load, right? Yeah,
Ruud Vormer, lock and load. I have an affinity for these kind of guys. Last week I in the earliest league I was the only one that played Benjamin Borigot, and he went 30 points against Chelsea. So these boring guys and take everything. They're my guys. Nice. So for he was like 8,000, 7,000. 8,000, something like that. Finally, his favor and he's under 6,000. Sign me up. So yeah, I think that Borman is a great play. And then because who is around him is Ivan Rakitic. It's not taking set pieces. Just hard to trust him. Then you have the Dortmund guys that it feels that. I mean, is it gonna be Gio Reyna? It's gonna be Guerreiro. I mean, they take some set pieces. They do, all of them do. Then Sancho takes some, and at the end, Haaland scored the goals by himself. It's just, I mean, I like Reyna obviously, and Vormer, but I feel that Vormer gives me more the monopoly and the sense of security that he has. He also averages over 10 points against tougher teams than him. So, sign me up.
He was 7,600 at home against Lazio.
Yeah.
Which is just nuts. I think it was an early slate the last time they played Zenit, but he's 6,800 at home against Dortmund, and yet somehow he's 5,800 at home against Zenit, which is not that they're like a pushover, but home against Zenit is the easiest game of their Champions League. They're not going to get. Bruges is probably the worst team in that group, or Zenit. It's one of these two, and this is the home match that they have, so that's it. I mean, Trincao is 6,300, and they're heavily favored.
Trincao is a great GPP play.
Yeah.
If you want to stack Barcelona, so they do something similar to what they did in Kiev, you can do it. I mean, most of them are 6,000-7,000. I mean, it's not a bad price, but it's not a steal. It's not
right.
not a 4,000.
Exactly. To be honest, I have zero interest in playing two midfielders in the midfield spots. I think there are enough forwards that I unless you're, I think you're eventually going to the point where, and particularly if there are people who are going to try to stack Neymar and Ronaldo, which I think people will definitely try, because I think people want to play Neymar and they're scared not to play Ronaldo. So the easiest solution is to play both of them and just find a bunch of cheap clowns that you can play with them.
Yeah.
And that leads you to guys like Verratti at 4,200, Bentancur at 41. There are central midfielders all over the place who probably won't give you anything, but these are the guys you have to look for if you want to pay up at both forward spots. Is there anyone below Vormer that you even want to play?
I mean, I like, as you mentioned, Bentancur, which is the Juventus guys. I think it's good. I really like. I mean, I'm gonna do the best I can do with the name. He plays for Bruges. He's a right winger. His name is Charles de Catalaire. So the Catalaire. I mean, sorry guys, it might not be the right pronunciation. I feel that that's the, he's 4,100. Charles. Yeah, and he was very decent against Zenit in St. Petersburg, and for the price, it's not a bad play. Besides those guys, I mean, it's just flipping a coin. I mean, if you need someone this cheap, I mean, Lucas Leiva maybe give you an assist, Marco Parolo, all those guys, maybe Fred.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe Fred.
I mean, I'm with you. I think that, if it might be better to just gamble on defense, I mean, there's some potential, some value in defense, or we could maybe Emerson play something like that. We can talk about defense in a little bit, but I feel like going. I mean, I don't mind Charles de Catalaire, 4,100, but going deeper than that is God, using Ander Herrera or using Parolo or using Lucas Leiva. It's just it's like using a center back. Might as well just go for a center back. So
right, yeah, I think any of the midfield, and obviously they're a little more expensive, but Malcolm or Driuzi is so much more. Even Pedri's not even midfield eligible, but Neymar or
but you can put the forward and then put the other ones there.
I think we're going to see a lot of either 3 forward lineups. Could be 3 forward and 3 defenders. I think there are a decent number of defenders you can play. It just depends on kind of how everybody lines up. But the midfield range, it's
like Jordan used to be 4,500 against Chelsea. So I can, 4,500 for him makes sense in this particular matchup. Let's see what Chelsea puts out. But, I mean, it's just I'd rather go, as you mentioned, I'd rather go with the Senate guys or maybe Reina or Guerrero than, going deeper to this level. It's just dangerous because if it's a pure GPP play. I mean, if you get the points, great, but more often than not, you will get 2-3 points. So.
Is there? Let me see here. Pjanic is not going to start. No, probably not.
We could. I mean, there's an opportunity that Manuel Lazari is going to start as a right winger, but they're having. I mean, I play Fares sometime against Bruges, actually thinking that he was going to do well. He didn't do well, so. The Italian teams are kind of like struggling in Europe, so I will try to stay away from them. I mean, unless you have no choice, but
Yeah, it gets that is really ugly.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I think like a defense you can probably. I mean, there's not a single defender that I'm excited about. I mean, no. I mean, Telles is. We can talk about defenders.
Yeah,
right?
Let's go.
Yeah. All right, so it's Telles and a bunch of dudes.
Yes. Okay.
So it's so.
I thought you were going to tell me that Telles wasn't a play, and I was going to be.
No, Telles is great.
Okay.
Telles. I mean, he's the man.
Yeah.
He's the man, and still he is the man, and he's taking some set pieces, especially on the left side, and he have no competition for the spot, and nothing to worry about. I mean, the only worrisome part is like he plays on the side of Mbappe, so they might ask him to stay back a little bit more. That side has been a weak side for Manchester United. So
yeah, they didn't sign him to play defense.
I feel, but what probably is going to happen is they're going to play with 3 center backs. So they're just going to, it's going to do like the Tuanzebe and Lindelof and Maguire or maybe McTominay. He's just going to block that area so he has protection. So, I mean, for under 6,000, I think, he probably can still be a good player still at home. Not a lock, but a decent cash play.
Sure.
So, yeah. I like I saw the lineup for Bruges and they show a 3 at the back. I mean, you guys want to check that lineup because I like Eduardo Ball a lot. He's been great. And if he's going to play 3 at the back and favor to win, for 4,200 is not a bad play.
Yeah.
Munir at 4,300 seems like a decent play, Now he's defender, back to be defender.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's out.
Oh, he's out? Munir's out?
Yeah.
So who's going to play right back? It could be Paslak?
Paslak, yeah.
How much is Paslak?
Maybe. He's got to be cheap, right?
Yeah, he got to be cheap.
4,000? That's not quite as cheap as I was expecting, but that's not bad.
Not the cheapest, not bad.
He flies.
Yeah. So there's Clinton Mata, the Bruges, see who is playing right back or left back, and they're not bad priced. Then we have Serginho, Dani Alves, and for 5,000 against Ferencváros, I mean he was amazing.
So, he was.
Yeah, this goal was like Dani Alves. We don't want to pump the guy too much, but there's talks. Then he reminds the legendary right back.
UEFA doesn't have him projected to start, but if Cuadrado starts, you have to at least.
Yeah,
think
I don't have
it
in my How much is he? Like 6,000.
He's 6,000.
Yeah, that should be a lock if he starts.
Yeah.
Especially he plays a right wing, which I think it might be possible. So yeah. So check lineup. Yeah, obviously. I mean, I just made the mistake just looking at the lineups and just try to filter because DraftKings give you so much time to think about this late, and it is what it is. I'm being repetitive, but Yuri Zhirkov at 3,800 is a decent price for potentially the left back that is going to replace Douglas Santos.
Right, for a 39-year-old left back.
Yeah, hey, how old is Navas? How old is Crossing Jesus?
That's true.
He's awesome.
That's true. I stand corrected.
Yeah. Age is just a number. Yeah. As Latin.
Navas is 35. He just turned 35, though. He's a young 35.
Yeah. Well, Messi doesn't look as good, but that's another conversation, right? So I think that there's some. Sevilla doesn't have a left back, so they're gonna play probably Karen Rickett. I think you say Rickett, might be Rick, like the Game of Thrones guy, but I'm not sure. So he kind of reeks. To be honest, he used to play center back, so he's not a full back, but I think last match when Escudero went down, he was decent, but obviously Krasnodar doesn't have to deal with Callum Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic, so still 2,700 for a fullback playing at home, and I feel the Sevilla Chelsea line might flip. Is Lampard is going to play the puppies, so
you could.
Yeah. Who else? I like Emerson if he plays. What happened with Marcos Alonso? He's just not going to play ever?
He's just done.
He's done.
I think they tried to send him to Inter because they send everyone there, and they wouldn't take him. So
yeah. Inter is like, oh, they have money. Let's send guys there.
Yeah.
So it's the new soccer, right? It's like the new soccer. Oh, soccer. So whatever that means. Florenzi for 4,200 is not bad. I feel that those PSG prices are a little bit depressed.
That is low.
Because they haven't been doing as much. But again, I have a lot of faith on the Italian tiny midfielder, so I shouldn't put all my faith on him. But Florenzi is a guy that for 4,200 is as I say, the defender feels like you throw a dice and wherever it fails, hopefully you get lucky like I did with Darmian today. Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, that Darmian was one that I looked at, and he was like 20. He was over 25% in the $5 single entry, and I looked at all the guys who I consider sharp. You're on the list, and Darmian was on everyone's lineup, and I said I just flat out missed that one. I didn't even look at him, which was a bummer. Emerson, I don't think you can rule out that he could have set pieces.
Yeah, he has. He definitely has, and especially, he's the only left-footed, right? Because Hudson-Odoi is the righty. So,
yep.
Why is Korsuma so expensive? I don't get it. He also be very expensive in APL. It's like,
where is he? 3,700. He had a goal. That's why.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
That's all it takes.
Sense. Yeah.
It was 3 years ago, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was in the Premier League though, not in the Champions League game log there, but I don't know. Yeah, it's. Yeah. I think those are fine.
Yeah, there's not many cheap guys to play. There's Rickett. Rickett is of a left back. He can be decent. Let me see if I can find his stats last match.
He had I just pulled up 2 chances created, 1 cross, 1 shot. And he had a yellow card. 3.2 points with the yellow card. So 4.7 without for 2,700. That's pretty good.
Yeah. It's like a happy meal, right? You get what you get, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I don't know what else. It's like if you find a couple of fullbacks in the 3,000, 4,000 range, and I think you'll be good. I feel that PSG not bad depending on the results early. Emerson very decent play, very decent play.
Agreed.
And obviously, I love Telles. I might not play because I'm probably cannot get to him. But when you compare Telles to Gio Reyna or to Bormer, it's kind of like in the range, right?
Yep. So we got goalkeeper right for today, which means we're probably going to get it wrong tomorrow. But do you play the guy that's facing Juventus, Barcelona, Lazio, or Bruges?
I'm going to play
Dortmund, not Lazio. Playing against Dortmund, yeah.
I think I like the home guy. I'm going to play the Ferencváros guy.
Debuts?
Don't mind Strakosha. Yeah, but I think Debush is my favorite.
Okay.
I feel that, Ferencváros have nothing to play. Barcelona guys.
We did this last time though against Barcelona.
Yeah. So yeah, it was terrible. So I don't know. Like, I got lucky today, but I feel that, I mean, depends on Juventus lineup. Juventus looks terrible. I mean, definitely either the Dynamo Kiev goalkeeper or the Ferencváros goalkeeper. If you have money, I feel that David De Gea is not a bad player. If you have money,
he came off.
Or Sevilla goalkeeper.
He trained though. All right.
Well, it might be. I mean, he came on because it was embarrassing, I guess.
Yeah, it could be Henderson. That's all.
It could be Henderson. I mean, Barkley's not bad, or yeah, I don't know. Like everybody. I mean, if you have the money at the end, just spend it on someone else. And goalkeeper, right? I mean, just makes no sense to me. Yeah. I mean, goalkeeper is so stupid.
Yes, agreed.
Oh my God, I don't get it.
I haven't looked at FanDuel, but I'm imagining FanDuel for either Neto is cheap because the backup keepers are always cheap because Ter Stegen is out.
Yep.
Newble was like $5 there today, and so was who was the guy who started for Liverpool? Kelleher, was that his name? Something. Yeah, like
Kelleher. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
So always look out for that in FanDuel because they don't price backups like DraftKings does. But all right. Anyone else?
Nope. I have nothing else, man. I mean, let me see. Let me look at my list.
The list of bold players. Who knows?
You can. I mean, maybe you can do an All-American line now. We have Pulisic. We have
McKennie.
Reina. McKennie. Dest. Is Horvath still playing or he's not?
He's not starting.
Mignolet, right?
Yeah, Mignolet. Yeah. But maybe Horvath starts. Who knows?
Maybe Horvath starts.
But play him anyway. Who cares?
Maybe. Where's the other Barcelona guy, American?
Oh, Conrad
de la Fuente?
Yeah, 6,500.
Conrad, why not? Conrad, and I mean, I'm not sure if there is anyone in PSG. Turan is no longer at PSG, right?
No, but they do. They did have somebody, didn't they? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well.
Hey,
yeah,
we can claim someone.
Yeah,
somebody pass. Anyhow, but okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like Pulisic might be a good play, right? I mean, he's slated to start against not a natural fullback. I mean, Pulisic usually plays on that side.
Yeah.
So Hudson-Odoi goes and cuts inside. So, Pulisic, angry Pulisic, might be a good play.
Why is he angry?
Because he doesn't play much.
Oh, okay. All right. But you can't go too much because he might get hurt. So hopefully that doesn't. Anyway,
poor guy.
Anybody has any follow-up for Luis, you can find him on Twitter at Pacheco. You can find me at RotoWire Andrew. Available in the RotoWire Discord as well, which is open for all subscribers. Just go to rotowire.com/chat to join. If you're watching this on YouTube and have liked it, if you could just hit the like button down below. And if you're listening to the regular audio podcast, if you could just rate and review it wherever you listen. It's very helpful to get people to help find the podcast because we're always looking for more people to listen. So, Luis, thank you for that, and good luck on Wednesday.
Good luck, man.